This move is called the Robert. This is your basic move. Your two basic moves are Robert and Lotion, but we're going to break them down to two separate moves. First thing you want to do is assume what we call stripper posture. It's not very sexy, but it's where the moves come from, so it's important to learn. Knees are bent, toes are forward, pelvis is thrusted forward, abs are tight, chest is lifted, pointer finger is on the hip, thumb is wrapped around, and wrists are dropped. This is where you'll start the move from. In your space, you're going to want to number the corners of your room. So the front right corner is 1, back right is 2, front left is 3, back left is 4. So you have a box in front of you. You're going to think about your hips touching each corner of the box. I like to imagine that my hips have a paintbrush on them and I'm painting long lines along both walls in the room. So we'll start with our stripper posture, hands in the correct position, chest lifted, we want to keep the girls up. And then you're going to take that right hip, shifting the weight into your right leg and press it up and into that front right corner, otherwise known as 1. From here, if you happen to be looking in a mirror, you'll see that your hip is jutting out nicely, but you're still straight on. Here's where the twist comes in. Imagine you have that paintbrush, we want it to drip paint all down the wall, really press it in and paint from corner number 1 all the way back into corner number 2. You're going to keep your face forward when you're doing this move, but when you're learning, you can look and pay attention to where your hip is moving. Eventually, stay straight ahead. So when you're in this position, when you're looking in a mirror, you'll see a perfect side profile of your right boob and the right butt sticking out really nicely. So you're kind of facing into corner number 1 with your body. So it's a twist. Again, we shift into corner number 1, twist into corner number 2. The right leg now has gotten a little bit straighter, left leg is bent. Then we're going to switch over to the left side of the room. So notice this right hip is up, left hip is dropped. We're going to lift the left hip up, shift the weight into the left leg, and press that left hip all the way into corner number 3. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the left side. So we're going to shift the weight into that left leg and then twist, going all the way back into corner number 4. Same thing on this side. Side profile, aiming towards 3, face straight ahead. And then you just go back to 1 and repeat the same sequence. So we go 1, 2, shift to 3, twist to 4. It helps when you're learning this move to actually count out the corners. So you would say 1, 2, 3, 4. It's important when you're doing this move not to lean forward. Almost imagine like you're about to go under a limbo bar. Keep your knees bent and don't bounce through the movement. That's the main mistake we see in class. Our girls coming forward, using their butt to paint that back wall and bending their knees. So you're only painting the side walls and you're staying lifted back and you're moving your hips in a figure 8 across the room. And that is the Robert.